You know, I should have noticed for the last, like, 10 minutes that there was nothing coming from my mic. So you just saw me eating cake in silence and talking. Okay, well, that's cool. Thanks, OBS, for just not remembering my inputs. That was probably a Windows problem. All right, well, you saw me eat cake in silence. All I was saying was, hey, I'm 38. And also is a banana caramel cake. So there we go. We covered that part. All right, randomizer stuff again. Quickly running through it. The O flags here at the top means we're getting 6 random objectives. We win, we get the crystal. That means we get to go face the final boss. That's it. God, I'm so glad that nobody was watching the stream. Otherwise, that would have been really, really bad. I was just checking. Somebody messaged me in Discord. I wasn't sure if somebody happened to be watching, be like, "Hey, dumbass, you're muted." The K flags here, they mean that any key items that are generated, so things like obviously the magma key, the hook, the sand ruby, all those things, they will come both in the main boss spots, but I've also got the summon and moon flags on, which means summon bosses like Leviathan, Ashura, they'll potentially have it. Also the moon, which means bosses like the Pale Dim fight or the Plague fight or even Bahamut in the Cave on the Moon, those can also have key items. The Forest Magma just means that we guarantee that our way underground will include the Magma Key. I don't want to do a hook route, which can be way harder on stream. It's just going to be a nightmare. I don't want to deal with it. The P stands for pass. It's a neat thing that the randomizer has where I'm trying to remember what it normally was in the vanilla. I think it's like a dance club in oh my god, what's the place called where the tower Zod is? I'm blanking right now. But like normally it gets that, but now we put a teleporter that just goes straight to the Zeramus fight, so it just cuts some time there. So we could find it in any of the key item slots as well. The C flags are for characters. Standard just means it can be anybody, and the start Cecil just means we're getting a Cecil start, as you can see with the new game thing above us here. T is for treasure, and it says vanilla, which I don't think I actually meant to do. That's weird. Okay. I'm going to fix that. I'm going to redo a seed after this because that's not what it should be. It should be wild because I want everything to be weird. Because shops is wild, which is S, which means anything can be in shops. Now they're priced accordingly, so that's a problem. Bosses are standard, which means just bosses are randomized. And the gauntlet one just means normally in the Fabul fight where you face like a bunch of things in a row, it's just a couple of like low level enemies. And without the alt gauntlet flag on, it just means that we'll face those same enemies. So it could be like a really easy fight. I don't want that, because the alt gauntlet is fun, because it pulls enemies from that specific area that you do the fight in. So if you do the alt gauntlet on the moon, it sucks. E is just, there's no random encounters, because this randomizer does not need random encounters. And then there's glitches. There's a Warp Life, Sylph, and Back Row glitch. I'll talk about those if they come up, but like they might not be a thing I have to worry about. The spoon is a weapon that Edward can equip, and the Smith's Super just means that instead of giving us the Excalibur, it could be anything from Final Fantasy IV Advance. But I, apparently, need to re-roll a seed because I don't want the treasures to be wild, because that's not fun. Or vanilla, because just that's not interesting at all. And I swear to God, that's not what I did when I set these flags up this morning. So that feels silly of me. It's alright, it's fine. It's not like it's the first dumb mistake I've made today. Apparently being on mute for like 10 minutes. Alright, T-Wild, there we go. That is fixed now. I'm gonna double check the objectives just to make sure they didn't do something wrong there. And that is indeed what I did. So you know what? I was gonna have to redo a seed anyway. Oh well. We're rolling. Fine. Everything's fine. Nothing's broken, maybe. Slowly generating. There it is. Okay, now we're going to try this shit again. So, let's get a full screen here. And enjoy my coffee talk wallpaper in the meantime. Put the proper one on here. There we go. That looks like what it's supposed to. All right. And T-Wild is saved. Okay. I don't think there's any reason to go into the customs here because they already... Yeah. The one nice thing is that all the flash effects are turned off as a default now. So anybody with, I don't need to put a trigger warning on here. Okay. Not going to waste any more time here. Let's boot her up, and I'll start talking as we... 10 minutes under mute. God damn it, brain. Alright, getting a Iridia start. And the Baron Key is our main item, so at least we have a shop to start with. And we'll start making our way through. Not that it really matters about the shops because I don't have any money, but considering it's T-Wild, there's always a chance that we might get some stuff that sells really, really well, so... Baron's always going to be your first start anyway. Couple of checks there. But mostly, I need stuff to sell because I'm going to need money. I'm going to need money at some point here, so... Let's see what be in our spots. Hardy Bow, good start. Even if I don't use it, that's stuff to sell. Oops, I didn't mean to discard that. I need to sell you for money. Get out of my way. And then Palambi in there is not exactly making me feel that great. This is not an ideal start either, because I'm going to need some characters at some point. Okay, that's a golden apple. There also are J items that people, or Japanese items that people might not recognize. I'll point them out when they come, or when they're necessary here. Okay. So far, the wild chests have not been as wild as I'd like them to be. And a bunch of nothing. Okay. Not my favorite chest start. First thing, we need to see if our party's not going to suck at the start here, because I kind of need to know. Now, if you wonder if why I'm picking specific spots to land, it's just because I know exactly where you're taking it when you're exiting. So I'm just set so that I can immediately go to the ship here. I'm trying to like half speed run it, but not really. All right, well, there'll be twins at some point. But we have our white mage now. I didn't even think to check the shops in Baron. But I mean, I'm going to come back there not that long after, probably, so. But at this point, I need to start keeping an eye on things, so... Nothing really of note here. I'm going to sell the firebomb because I never use them. We don't know if we're going to need stuff to throw. Because if we get an edge, we might actually need some of these things more than we think, so I'm not going to get ahead of myself here. And none of that's going to be useful to me at any point either. And then item-wise, okay, so nothing that I'm, like, desperate for. Okay, so next thing I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want... Oh! Just forgot. One of our key items could be here. So we will go take care of some stuff here. First thing I'll do is I'll go to the right. Edward's on the left. He'll give you a key item. There are a few different treasure chests I can also open here, so I do kind of want to pick at those. One in here. Cabin, that's not bad. That'll be useful. What I really want to know is what's in these. Another earth hammer. Exit, that will come in handy. Gaia drum, which is basically Quake. Orphax. Dancing dagger. Ooh, that will help. I'll show you how that can get used if you've never done this before. I also need to want you in the back row. Actually, kind of think of it. Based on this party composition right now, it's probably better just to set them up like that. And then not much else. Another firebomb. Huh. Treasure chests aren't being nice to me so far. Well, can Edward at least be nice? What you got for me, Eddie? I don't particularly want to go to the moon right away, Ed. You know? I'm kind of not looking to finish the game with, you know, a party of 10s. They're the wrong kind of 10s right now. Well, since I'm here, I might as well check the shops. We're not going to use that. We're not going to use you. I might need you later. I also realized there's also this bit up here. That's going to be nice. Yeah, I'm not really necessarily needing anything there. You, I'm going to want eventually. These two things will come in handy later if I don't find anything, so that's at least one good thing. And then, yeah. I don't have the money to really buy much, but those are all things that I could use, but there's also very high potential that I come across them later. So, that place I was talking about with the pass, it's this thing here. So as soon as I have that, this leads to the final boss room. So if we get that, we get there early. Star Veils we might need later. Those are reflect spells. Those are pretty useful. And Sirens are going to be a big one. This I'll be keeping an eye on because Sirens essentially cast a random encounter in the area you're in, and there are specific spots where you can really heavy level up. So that's going to be things I'm going to want to keep an eye on. Okay. So I haven't even looked at our objectives. I don't really have people that are going to help me to do anything. Hey, Matt, thank you for the birthday wishes. Alright, more treasure digging, because I am still desperate for, like, something. There's a dead guy. There goes a dead guy. Nothing. Nothing. Alright, that's finally something I can use later. This will be good for Cecil when he's not piece of shit Dark Knight. That'll also be helpful for him if I don't find anything better. That will also... Yeah, okay, we're finally getting some half-decent items here. Not great. Well, that Zeus Gauntlet was great. But you, I'm going to want to give you that. I don't think there's anything else that's going to help you right now. Rosa... Yeah, you can't even use the Strength Ring, so... You as a mage isn't going to help me much of anything. So, still not ideal. Just faster go back in. There's one more treasure chest in this area. Usually it's not great for me, but hey, it could be a nice birthday present. Hey? Aww. Alright, can I at least get a good character? That is not a good character. This party composition sucks right now, man. Like, real bad sucks. I have no one that can deal damage. I only have one more shot at a character right now. Well, I mean, I have two. Actually, no, I have three. I'm thinking in different terms of stuff. So there's gonna be one in here. I have save state here, so I don't have to do all the walking. Also gonna check a couple of treasure chests while I have a chance here. Man. For a while, it sure is not giving me a bunch of great stuff. Okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna have to take him. Sid isn't high on my tier list, but given that we have, like, actual weapons for him, I kind of need him at this point. Which pound do I like better? You get to go. Alright. So since you can actually do things for me, you're getting as much as I can put on you right now because you're going to be the only thing that actually does anything. Okay. Yeah, I'm at a point that I need to open more treasures. And I need to stop because it's not ever being good. Oh my god. All these treasures are bad. I mean, I guess they're money. I guess it's something. These are all not that helpful. I mean, oh no, I'm keeping the dagger on you. You're getting the rod. That's still not going to do much. Since you are useless, I'll put the Artemis bow on you, so at least you have some level of damage as an archer. Not much, but some. we are gonna take our way to our first boss fight. It's not a very strong boss fight. This is literally just to get a couple of levels on Rydia. If we're lucky it's Odin and we take that out of the way early. And it's not. In fact, where's that firebomb that I had? Didn't I grab another one? Did I actually throw that one away? I guess I threw it away. I don't really want to use that Gaia drum too soon, so we just doing this. We just slowly chipping away at shit. I just realized he has an Earth Hammer. I could have casted something. Oops! Oh well. This is why I was concerned. None of them deal any damage. Good job, Rydia. This is what I meant to use, because this casts Quake. That's a good thing. You're probably gonna die. Here's a good shot. Like, one of these might actually die. Yeah, one damage is not really gonna cut it, is it? Oh. There we go. Get all this little experience. Yay, Rydia actually has a spell now. I also forgot I had the Dancing Dagger on her, which would have actually done more damage. Damn it. Grab me some quick treasure. Say as they've been mean to me so far, and they continue to be. Some birthday I'm having. We'll go for it. Okay, yeah, that's gonna be good for later. I'm still gonna keep the bow on Rosa because I kind of need the damage output right now, but that is the best white mage staff in the game. So you know what? I'll take something. Realizing I can just do treasure hunting, and there is a couple other shops I can look at. Just gonna barge into this person's house here, into their fireplace, where apparently they're hiding all the goods. And by goods, I mean nothing. Ah, well, you know, I can at least sell that. I don't need 2 white mages in this game. Matt saying, on 14 I named my Chocobo Drew Peacock. GM made me change it. I went with Stephen Squawking since Stephen Hawking had passed not long before that, but part of me regrets not going with Quacky Chan. Those are all good names. Come on, man. I need one good Cecil weapon at some point. Alright, well, at least he's going to be suited up. Jesus, not much else, though. Alright, what can I sell that I know I won't need? I'll get rid of you. I'll get rid of you. You're going to get me actually a lot of money. Those white arrows aren't going to do shit. Might need you later. Probably not. Those 2 I definitely won't need. I forgot that I had that, since Cecil does have a weapon. Shouldn't need you. I only need 1 Earth Hammer. Okay, we're finally getting some money. Let me sell the 1 X for now. Alright, what are we getting? Okay, that could be useful if it's way later. I doubt I will. You would be nice. The Stardust Rod is the best Black Mage one in the game, but I don't want to assume I'm going to be keeping a Black Mage forever. Alright. It's not Odin, I'm not going to fight this, because this is a really fast spot, and I don't really have the damage output to deal with it. And which one is it? It's just base Ruby. Okay. Alright. Actual first main dungeon. Treasure? Not treasure. Treasure? Not treasure. Treasure? Not treasure. Treasure? Not treasure. It knows I want stuff. Okay, that's fine. Those are berserk spells, and those end up being pretty useful later. I'm not even grabbing you. I know you're not even worth anything. I can't remember if you have value, so I'll bring you anyway. Okay, those are good. It's just the weapon side, like, man, I'm not getting like a white spear, an Excalibur. A crystal sword would be fantastic to get early, but I am also assuming that I'm getting good things early. It's not always the case. If I find an edge, you might. While I won't need multiple seats of that, at the very least, it's stuff to sell. More often than not, you're going to use money in the randomizer for items and stuff, because depending on how you run into the game, you might be needing a lot of lives or cures here. Okay, what's the best way to do it? Basically, if we kill those 3 soldiers, they go away. At least being in the back row, she's not taking that much damage. Let's try the quick spell again. See how well that does. Cool, and then we just wait it out. Like a bitch. At least having Ice 2 is going to help a little bit now, because that means that, at least that, oh, and we can make him actually not be a complete waste of shit, too? Yeah, I'll take that. It's not a key item, but it's going to make him way less shitty. Let's move you to the top. Okay. Now we do the long walk back. At least there's a shortcut. I could use the one exit that I have here, but it's not the longest dungeon. If I happen to need to get out on the moon, I'm gonna need exit. And depending on how the sea goes, like Rosa only learns exit if you do the Tower of Zot. I'm not gonna assume that I'm gonna be there. One more character will be here. See if it's worth it. It's Edward. Can I kill Bahamut fast enough? I have saved, so we'll find out. Edward's not useful now, but if I find a spoon, he'll be one of the most powerful things in my party. So it's worth the fight if I can do it. Also, there's a lot of XP in this fight, so if I can get through this too, that helps a lot. Might not have enough, though. Depends on how much the Ice 2 does. Okay, never mind. He has way less health than I remember. That is a significant bit of leveling for some of them. So we take that. Now I'm trying to figure out what I want to do here. I'm thinking, yeah, I think I probably just go to Ordeals and take the chance of getting Cecil online here. I kind of need one more person that can do physical damage really badly. Sid being my only physical damage dealer is not an ideal thing to have. Neither is having only 200 bucks. Oh, I took the damn arrows. I didn't want to take them. They're literally worth, like, nothing. And you are not helpful either. Not being given my favorite seed right now. Alright, well, if I find a cane, that'll at least be half decent. Or it's a good dart if I find an edge. And that's not much either. Seed is being very mean to me in terms of not giving me much of anything here. And these fights aren't necessarily cakewalks. Alright, well, it's almost vanilla. It's reverse vanilla. Wrong side of the bridge there, Mylon. Yeah, that's gonna help. I need to make sure you live, so you know what, just in case. Cecil does not matter. He goes right back to level 1 when he becomes a paladin. So if he dies... Oh no, it's 46 damage. No, not that. That's why I'm also not, like, actually trying to heal him, because it's not really that important. Who's at the back? Oh, that's bad, I think. One way to find out. How bad is it? Not as bad as it could be. Mostly everybody's gonna die. But it's fine, because they all get revived after this anyway. Just keeping Rose alive, because she's gonna be guaranteed the one person that stays in this party. But yeah, with Cecil's fight, that's funny how we have 2 reverse vanillas in this one, because Cecil's normally in the room we're about to go into. He's in the mirror room. And all you gotta do is just not attack him for 3 turns. Now, there's a flag I could have put on this randomizer that's called No Free Bosses. And if that was on, I have to kill him. Not always easy. Where's the A button? There's my A button. Not a lot of levels, but... My long-lost twin brother has fallen. Now this fight should be fine. But I understand how assuming things are just fine will go. What are we getting? Tail. A tail that we can't use yet until we get a hook. I mean, our next run's gonna be Bear. Actually, no, Fabul will always be first because it's got a pretty good set of XP, and whenever I get a Cecil online, I go there immediately first because it usually boosts them 15 levels. And hey, there's the Odin. So that's our first objective down once we finish this fight. Won't take much. They generally have 1,000 HP. What we gotta do is add his defense sword. That might actually kill him outright here. Oh, no, never mind. It's not nearly as much as I thought it was. He can still deal damage, but all I need is Callum here to just kindly throw a nice bit of lit 2 on him. Oop! Because that bitch is weak to thunder. It's 1 down. I mean, we could technically do... The first objective is just the barren basement could be really fucking hard in the wrong place. So we're probably not playing that game yet. We do not have the party for that. If I had an adamant armor, which is the most strongest armor in the game, I could probably justify it. Did I get anything better? Nah, I just kind of do. The karate does give him more strength, but... Okay, so now... For those wondering why I'm switching the party ship around, the way that people's turns orders can go can be kind of dependent on where they are in the party. The center generally runs it, which is why I'm... If I had one more physical damage dealer, Rosa would not be the leader of this party. In fact, because he's the only one capable of doing any damage outside of it, I think I might actually have to make Pal in the middle of the party right now. Because the back row, like most JRPGs, will allow the damage to be a little bit less to the people physically in the back. Which is why Rydia, even though she had like 30 HP, she was only taking 1 damage from some bosses here. You know, just for funsies, I know there's one treasure chest in here. Go visit some chocobos. Question is, do I remember where it is? And the answer is no. Oh, right. There it is. And it was nothing good. Actually, it's not true. It does make Rosa's strength slightly higher. Slightly. I'm trying to even be cheeky and the treasure chests aren't coming through for me. Well, it's another chance to sell some shit. Now it's at a point, too, that we're definitely going to start looking at spending stuff. Okay, so... You can go... I usually won't need you anymore. You're not worth anything. You are just free money. All this can go. I think at this point I won't need the Thunderclaw. This can go. This can't even be thrown, so now I know, definitely know that. Can that be thrown? No, it can't, so I don't need you. I won't need you anymore, and I won't need you anymore. So we got some decent money. Do I want the Leviathan summon for me? I'm just trying to think of, like, how long is she going to be in this party? I'm not going to bite on it. I'm not convinced I'm keeping her. Okay, so if I want a good sword for Edge, that's going to be where it is. And I don't find one. First, I have a king to save. Alright. Easiest fight we can ask for. We just hold A and we hit 3 times. The only thing I lose here is my time. Because apparently this game was like, hey, we're going to put text into these fights. Even though there's such little text, we're going to still make it take like an hour to go off the screen. Arrgh. That's the max XP. They're all getting a few levels here and there. And then this motherfucker gets 15. It's great. And he's going to be very close to learning Exit, which means I will not have to worry about those items anymore either. Yeah, thanks for joining, Matt. Have a good one, buddy. And there's our way underground. Fence sword, okay. Anything? Ah, what do you know? It's a good thing I didn't buy it. That would have been real fucking annoying. Yeah, I might do this one later. Big Bomb is essentially a Fire 3. I think? Fire 3 or Fire 2? I can't remember. But we're now going to go to Baron, take care of a couple things there. You run away from me. Alright. Nothing good there. I can sell at least this silver sword. Everything else I think is fine. Anything you got? Don't need you. I could use another one of you. We'll take one of you. I was gonna say, I know that there's a way back. Nothing, and out of my way. Oh my god, nothing. Can't win, man. I mean, it's money. Don't get me wrong, I'm not mad about money. But there's a few things that would make me feel so much... Okay, that'll do. That solves many of my problems when I'm in a pinch now. You might actually reverse it. I can't remember. People that are really fast in these games, they go hard on vampires. I never bothered to learn, and it's something that I've just refused to learn. Because I know there's actual applicability for them. I just don't care. I know you're useless. Alright, there's 88,000 GP that I don't have to think about now. And... almost good enough to be on Cecil, but a little late now. But that's still good money. Money. Actually, I'm trying to think of it. So do you even have anything on there anymore? Oh, right, I had 2 Zeus goblins. That's right. I forgot about that. And last chest there. Alright, that's a free... That's a free either 30, yeah, if I use Underground, which is where I normally would, it's either 34,000 or, I didn't mention this earlier, so there are 17 key items in total. As soon as you get 10, the game punches in double XP, and that's where you really start to do your grind. So the spot I like to use normally will get you 68,000 when you include that double up. I realize I haven't saved. Good thing I can save state, because I don't actually care, I'm not running. Obviously, in a race, you would not be cheating with this stuff, but can't cheat when I'm not racing nobody. These guys are relatively easy. In fact, I can clear the board pretty quick. I don't even know why I'm thinking that hard about it. I'm not even gonna waste Bahamut. You're not worthy of Bahamut killing you. Bye-bye. Now, Rosa's Berserk, that's actually helpful. It means I don't have to waste Bacchus wines when I don't need to. Palom also having Virus is really helpful, because that's a really good early spell. Now, because I'm not convinced I'm going to the basement, I'm going to go and loot all the chests here right away, because I am still looking for equipment. Or at the very least, just more funds for when I happen to come across something I really want. Because eventually there's going to be a store where I'm going to be staring in the face at something I really, really want and go, shit, I need you. Glass helmet. Well, you're still doing damage, so for now you get it. I'm also forgetting that. Did I? Oh, right, I had an extra bandana that I bought. Dumb. I'm questioning some of the things that happened. Like, did I forget something that I could have been using for like 20 minutes? No, just the mute button. Tiara. More likely you'll be using this in the long run, so might as well put headband and another drinking spear. Nothing special there. And nothing special there. Open a lot of chests. And we haven't had that, like, one... Ooh, I mean, we got a Bahamut summon. I shouldn't complain that bad. But for Wild, I'm actually surprised we haven't had, like, one really, really high-tier thing yet. Who is behind the throne? Rydia's mom? I mean, I don't blame her. We did burn down her village. I mean, in this one we haven't yet. But I understand her vanilla property. This fight also means it's going to be a bit of a bitch if I don't get this done with. I'm not even going to risk using Rydia right now, because if I summon it now, it's not going to work. So I'm just going to hope I can get enough damage in now before it's too late, because Demus will disappear after 3 attacks. So I need to get whatever I can in here. Is it enough? Nope. Now I'll just set up. This is gonna happen. Oh, never mind. So Rydia will just stay primed, ready to go. You know what? You only save the strongest thing for your parents. Dragon? Meet bigger dragon. Fun thing. That eliminates the sound. Quickly pausing on and off. We also do it sometimes too because there's a weird audio glitch that sometimes has this weird like meh noise that like lasts for a quick second at the end of it. It's weird. Alright, we're getting a character here. Can we get somebody in physical shape? Yay, we can! Alright, Paloma, while I appreciate everything you were managed to do early, get the fuck out. Now we'll see some more randomness because Palom and Porum are not here, so we just get random items that block the door. So what is it that's going to save us today? An antlion claw and a puff of smoke. That wall is not the strongest wall. Certainly is no evil wall. And, wow, okay. I mean, I did turn key items on in different ways here, so I do kind of reap what I sow. Alright, so I need to mess around with some stuff here, move everybody around a bit. Change that to the front, and now Kane. Take that off of you, because you're not going to be useful to me. It's the best thing I have. Actually, well, I got another one. Fine. Do I have anything I can use here? Yeah, I'm gonna have to switch some stuff up a sec, because Sib will not last in this party forever, so I do need to set him up as such. Thankfully, he can take all these things. So, put these two things on ya. And I'm almost capped out on items. I need to go sell some shit. I don't think I even checked what was in here. Tier 3s? Well, good thing I did, because I'm gonna actually want a couple of those. Alright, things I don't need. Most of them. Vampires are worth 2,000. Okay, good. Won't need you, or you, or you, or you. No, I shouldn't need that. I mean, it's not like it's worth much, but still. Neither are you. Won't need you. What is she even carrying right now? I forget. Oh, the dancing dagger, right. Yeah, considering she's got Bahamut now, it's kind of more important. I love how I equip the dancing dagger on her, and I never use it in the way that it's supposed to. Oh well. I mean, I technically do have my my next in line. It's Edward. I just need a spoon. Okay. So at this point, yeah, I got nothing else. Like, well, I mean, I could go to the moon if I really want to. I don't. I forgot about the Cure 3s in the shop. Oh well. Yeah, I'll grab some lights. Hey, Chris. Do I want that white shirt? No, I guarantee you I'll find that in a moment. Guarantee if I buy that now, I'm gonna find it. And weapon-wise, nothing. Oh wait, didn't I have an extra arty bow that I didn't sell? Yeah, I did. There we go. Yeah, I think I'm okay. Yeah, Chris, you missed a couple of things. First thing, I ate some cake. That was cool. But then I didn't realize for about 10 minutes of the stream that the microphone was on mute. And by microphone was on mute, I mean Windows changed my output and I didn't notice. So someone's gonna have to cut like 14 to 15 minutes out of the video after this is up so that whenever somebody catches the VOD that they actually see, I don't know, like not somebody talking with no sound. Because I's a smart person. You won't get to see it because the magma route is the way, but if you actually go the hook route and get the magma key later, you can still drop the magma key in the well. It just does the same thing and then eventually goes, it's just your character goes, oh, I guess that's gone now. And that's it. Do I want to go get those Cure 3s again? Trying to think, how desperate will I be for them? Just for the sake of emergencies, I'll get 5 of them. If I'm not playing, like... I never did the Baron Inn. I thought I had. I convinced myself that I had, and I did not. Alright, well, this fight should... Again, I keep saying that it should be fun. I know I can just save state, but, like, it's also habitual. I mean, we're not getting the character out of it. It's Porum. Porum is long, not a thing. Hey, Chris, you want to see me destroy our favorite boss real quick? Because this spot has, like, no HP in it. And there, that's the Evil Wall boss fight. Congratulations. And then we got an octopus in the bar. I didn't know takoyaki was on sale. A large thing you want to do with Octoman fights is you just want to just overwhelm it with attacks, because the more you attack it, the slower it gets, because the more tentacles it has way more, I forgot she doesn't have anything in there. Well, I guess you get to smack him with that. It's still an attack. Because that's the other thing with the vanilla spot, is that the agility is really high in that area. And that's based on the mechanic of how Octoman works, is that it has really high speed to start and then slowly goes away as you take away its tentacles. And there we go. No XP for that, though, which sucks. If I get a good key item out of it, though, I won't be that bad. I mean, it depends on what the smith gets me, and I still need the adamant, so I got a way to go, but you know what? That's still another key item towards the 10, which gets our stubble XP later. I'll take what I can get. Although, it would have made me very happy if the white shirt came out right there and be like, see? This is why I don't buy things. Alright, taking 45 minutes to go underground is not exactly something I was aiming for at the time, but here we are. Alright, well, I don't need to go fight the bosses in here as an objective, so I'm not too concerned about it. So I will go straight here, because there is a free key item, potentially, in the chest here at the end. For those wondering why I'm not taking the chest here, one of them has a random encounter into it. It's a trap, and I'm pretty convinced that I would not be able to handle that trap, so I ain't risking it. Bahamut Summon, that is plenty of money there. This is where our key item is, and it's just another life staff. Cool! Doesn't help me at all. First, sell off the few things that we do have that we can sell, so you can go to remember turning up so I don't sell both of you. You need one of you. I don't think much else, no. You know what? Now's about the time to start thinking about getting some items. Do I need 10? I've already fought Bahamut, so I'm not nearly... You know what? I don't need that many. Oops. So I'll just down that to 5 as well. I don't think I might even need that many, but... Coffins, now that I think about it, because Coffin is instant death. Who could still need Coffins at this point? Baron Guards would be 2 of them. Might be somebody else I'm forgetting, and I don't think I am. Yeah, I'm not concerned with Coffins. I mean, it might end up being a thing I have to worry about later, but it's not at the moment. Couple of treasures here. I'm also realizing, oh yeah, I did put the summon spots on. So actually, I do potentially need to fight these guys because they are key items, potentially. Great. Watch them be really bad spots for that. Glass hat, no. Curse ring, maybe. Depends on my party composition, but I'm not there yet. Curse ring basically just destroys the stats of the person you're wearing, and you literally just use it for agility purposes. Yeah, not much. I mean, the Artemis arrows are nice, but they're not great. Okay. I'm just going to save state here. This will determine whether or not I'm doing anything down here. Because if there's an easy boss here, it is worth taking a crack at. This could be, but Cecil would have to live. Antline is a bitch in this spot. I'm not going to be coming here for a while. We're not coming back here for a while, and we're now in pray we don't have to come back here mode. Sword that I don't need, but it's money. Game really doesn't want to give me much of anything right now. Damn. I'm also slightly nervous that because I got the Darkness Crystal early and the moon could have key items, that's so much is stored on the moon that I'm like, man, I need to figure out how I'm going to be grinding soon. If there's a store with sirens, I'm going to be very happy. And I think there was one, and I've already forgotten where it was. I know it was on the surface, obviously. Oops. Important part of my brain. Does Rydia have warp? She does. That's all I need to know. Because this will now be potentially warp glitch time. Which, if it comes to that, I will explain to you guys in just a moment when I get there. You bet. Son of a bitch. Going backwards. Okay. Fuck. I want that. How much can I sell to put towards it? Already a good amount of money to it. But it's gonna tempt me to do more. Oh, that's a lot. No, I can save that for later. I'm not desperate. Yeah, I'll sell that. That'll give me a bunch. Yeah, that's only the best sword in the game for him. Yeah. So, you know, like, this does 105 damage, and yeah, it does up your defense, but, double the damage, also ups your strength, defense, magic, we don't care about that. And then also does holy damage and is good against undead. Yeah, it's kind of good. Kind of good. These treasure chests, why are you forsaking me? I forget that I don't actually need to go down there. Is there chests in here? I don't remember. No. I'm thinking tier. Speaking of which, anything you got? I'm not convinced that... No, I'm not going to buy the Ashura. Yeah, that's just another thing to sell. Okay. Well, we'll sell those two things. I don't need that cure too, even if it's not much anything, and I won't need you anymore. I mean, it is a throwable weapon, but I'm like not... I'm not as concerned. There's some stuff I can still do. Okay, let's see if this goes well. I think this spot's high on physical and not magic. If it's magic, this is going to be not fun. I mean, if Rydia can get the Bahamut out, it's fine. But Rydia needs to be able to get the Bahamut out. Okay, first things first. We go for Cindy in the middle because she's the only one that can bring people back to life. Alright, how bad is it? How bad is it? Fuck! I was afraid of that. Bitch. Bitch! This is going very well. Okay. We're less angry now. The problem child's been dealt with. If you still breathe by the time that this Bahamut comes out, it's your own damn fault. You know what? I'm angry. You're getting the flame. Bye. That'll help Kane a lot. And this could be a few different things. And there is a potentially really bad spot. Oh, now you show up, you prick. Bye, Sid. And it's not my favorite thing, but I'm just gonna throw shit at him. Kane's gonna die, because this does half damage. Rydia avoided that somehow. Thankfully, the HP in this spot is low. So we're fine. Alright, we actually have, like, almost a party now. Another fun thing with the randomizer, depending on the sprite that ends the fight, determines what the color of the hand is. The best is when you get a, like, demist, because then the hand almost becomes like a ghost hand. Alright, so two things. One, I have to equip Edge a little bit here. So, what do I still have left on you? So we'll definitely use you. I think the only other thing I have is the full moon. So now I can actually... No, I want to keep sets on the middle. Because normally I could throw Edge in the back, but I don't actually need to now. Okay, so here's where it comes in handy. So, here's a glitch in the game. So apparently if you warp in this area... This is the Seal Cave where the Evil Wall boss is in vanilla. And now we've bypassed it. We never have to go here now because there's no boss objectives left, so there is literally no reason to come back there. And that's great for me because I hate that fucking dungeon. And now we get a pan too, which is great because that is a few more locations opened up. The pan is also technically a summon location because where you bonk yang with the pan is where you also get the Sylph summon. So this could also be a key item. But we are just going to run through, bonk that motherfucker with the pan, and then go return it to his wife because that's also 2 more checks. So we now have 3 potential key item checks. And I'm hoping to get as many of those in as I can because, like I said, if I get to 10, that's double XP, and I have a siren I would love to use down here for 68,000 XP. So, it's time for your favorite anime. Wake this bitch up with the pan. Do we hit him with the pan, or do we just, like, bash a spoon on it or something? I don't know, you be the judge. And... Pinktail, which is an adamant armor, and I don't have a hook. Adamant armor is the best armor in the game. It is leaps and bounds the best armor in the game. I can't do anything right now with it. If I'm lucky, pan will give me a hook. If I'm not lucky, it's going to be deep in the moon. And that's kind of where I'm going. I'm gonna double check the shop because I know on this, because now I gotta check for where the sirens were again. And you were not there. You might have been, no. You weren't in the Baron shop. So you were probably Mysidia because it's one of the, well, there's only 2 potential, oh, I'm lost now. There's only 2 places that I've been because I haven't been to, I don't think, it's not Tomra, it's the island where like the tail, where you put the tails in, I'm forgetting. But anyways. Bitch, what you got for me? Alright, I can go right to the Supersmith after this, and what do you give me? Alright, that's 10 key items. So that is double XP unlocked. We actually have a few different paths we can take now, so... which way do I want to take this, though? I am going to go find my sirens first. So I'm going to go check a couple of spots now. First thing I'm going to do is check here because I haven't actually gone to these shops. Also, now that I think that Cecil should also have learned exit now, so I'm going to have that primed ready to go. There's a few chests I can check. Get out of my way! Forgot the location of it. There you are. And it was nothing. That is sellable. I forget where the other was. Isn't there? Nope, I think I might be wrong. Okay. Nothing that I need there. Nothing I need here. Anything I can sell, by the way? That I can. That I can. And... you anymore. Don't need you anymore. Don't need you. That'll do it. Okay. So I don't think... no. Oh, right. What I'm thinking of is here. And it was useless. I don't know why I bother opening chests anymore. They don't like me. Yeah, it's either in the Village Mist shop or it's in the 2 shops here. Quick save out here because it sometimes gets stuck. Because that bitch likes to be a pain. Were you the one that had it? You are the one that had it. Okay, we're buying 10 and then leaving. Also gonna do a little bit of maintenance here. So you're where I want you to be. You can go with that. You, I shouldn't necessarily need you anymore, but... Yeah, okay, I'm at the point that now that Rosa's not necessarily needing to do anything, I can now put you on that. There's nothing else there for you there. Sell those last couple of ones off that I don't need before I forget they're there. Don't think I'm gonna need you anymore. We've got the damage output that I'm not that concerned about it. I think we're okay with that. She thought about it. Alright. I got a couple different options here. I'm gonna go to the smith, though. Because I do want... Because it can be any weapon from Final Fantasy IV. It could be one that's completely useless to me. Could be completely useless. It also could be a great weapon for Kain. In the vanilla game, it would have just been an Excalibur, but I did set it so that it creates a random high-tier weapon from the Final Fantasy IV advanced version. This guy, does he have anything of interest? Nope. What do you got? Nothing. I'm not using that. In fact, it's so useless to me that I forgot even what it does. Yeah, it's not great. Not great. Okay. First thing, I've got another set of shops I still haven't checked. There's only a very small number of things that are left that I could be clamoring for. Apples are a health boost, but in this game, in this mode, they're way too expensive. Like, the only time I really ever use them is if it's like something like, say, a seed where you can actually set shops for free. But at that price, they're really gonna help me. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. We need to give him both his swords. Okay. It also means you need to actually go higher up. I need you higher on the chain. Is that flan sword even worth anything? No, of course not. Okay. I almost forgot that I'm still reeling from all the tiles that lowered my health, so I need to quickly... Thankfully there's this freebie spot, so I don't have to actually waste a cap or anything. And now there's 2 spots you can use it. One's here, and one's like in this little weird spot where there's a really good summon here. So let's use one here. Probably use a couple because this spot is a little bit rough. Of course, it's a back attack. It's gonna be Cecil first too, isn't it? Oh no, doesn't matter. Okay, change back to the front. He'll jump just in case something bad happens here, but this should be a one-shot. I think we have like around 1,800. Go. And there's our 68,000. Good chunk of levels. I'll do one more just to get us a little bit here. But there's always the chance that we might find some party members later, and I don't want to waste it. Cecil, I need you to attack, please. I guess that works too. I mean, by the time I go into the Zeromus fight, depending on my party composition, you can do it in the 30s. I'm a bitch, so I don't do this usually until the 40s. Usually 45 is my sweet spot, so... But now with double XP, like, we'll get there pretty quickly through some of these boss fights. You should be able to cure a good chunk of this party. Yeah, that's good. There's a lot of treasures that could be opening, but they're... you know what? If I come across some easy ones, I'll do it. It's not going to give me potentially anything, but it could also give me some decent loot. So, just wait till Cecil's there, because it's a guaranteed one-shot, because if I don't do enough damage on the first hit, it summons another enemy, and it's just a waste of time. I don't know why I didn't take it, because it's money. But I'm already, like, immediately in the mode of, like, do I really need to open stuff? Again, it's money, Adam. Just take the damn thing. And I'm not gonna go out of my way now. I'm just gonna grab stuff as if they're on the way. I think Kane might be able to jump this. Watch it colossally backfire on me. No, that's fine. No. I mean, it's great if I find another Cecil, but otherwise, that's a lot of money. Oh, you know what? Wouldn't hurt. Wouldn't hurt to have her have that as well. I'm really desperate for healing. At least I have the option. We'll have 2 fights here, 2 more shots at a key item. Really, at this point, I'm looking for either the hook. The hook is the big one, because if that gets me at least 1 adamant armor, then that means that, like, my Cecil can be basically indestructible for the most part. Minus the final boss where the Big Bang can still do quite a bit of damage. Baigen in the spot's a little rough. It's not bad, but it's just the high HP. Just now it's annoying because he's got all the extra people here. Now, thankfully, Riddy has Bahamut, so that can also do a bunch of damage. And Rosa can also berserk some guys, so this isn't terrible. I mean, now with the Crystal Sword, like, there's decent damage output here. Should have attacked the middle, and I blinked. Yeah. We casting for max damage here, and you can get going. Yeah, that Stardust Rod really puts that output up. Yeah, without Bahamut, I mean, it still would have been more than fine, but now it just makes it pretty inconsequential. Alright, we get anything here? That's exactly what I want to see. Beautiful. So at this point now, we are in go mode, essentially. Like, we have everything that we need here. So now it's just really dependent on, how I want my party to be composed here. I would have liked to seen another Cecil. Or, like, somebody else I can use here. This spot's always a joke. The HP here is so insanely low. Because the Dark Imps are in this spot. And also, Valhalla should be pretty easy to hit now because our levels are so high and our agility's so high, because that's... The basis of Valvalis, if I'm not mistaken, is based off of agility, and her agility is so higher than yours that she just evades everything, which is why Kane's jump mechanic is necessary. But, like, if you're way higher level or you have really high agility in comparison to her, it doesn't matter. Yeah, like all I gotta do now is go to the barren basement and then go do a couple of shrines on the moon, because there's the super cannon done. So what I'm gonna do at this point is I'm gonna do a couple of things. One, the Earth Crystal does give you more treasure options, and that can also have some decent gear, so I'm gonna go look for there to see if I can get anything interesting, because there's some stuff that could help us out still armor-wise. Kane could also use a white spear, which would be his best weapon, so we do want to look for that. I do also want to check a couple of locations for characters, because Rydia is not going to be much use to me at the end. Other than being somebody, I guess, I can just help heal. But that's Rosa's job, really. So if I can find at least one more physical damage dealer, then I can be happy. Because Edge can go to the back, and he can have a couple of things to throw. But he could also be used as, you know, just, oh, I need an extra cure. Edge can come in handy for that. So let's see what we get here. A ribbon. It's not bad. It keeps my white mage from ever having to deal with any status effects, so I'll take that. So first thing I'm doing is going to where the tail stuff is. So gotta go pick up our hovercraft. And we will go get the best armor in the game, and potentially a key item, because that's the rat tail as well. Not anything, but that immediately can go to Rosa. So that's 100 HP right there. And she... The ideal scenario is to have 2,000 HP on everybody if you want to play it safe. Because then even if Big Bang goes really wrong, you're still fine. So with that in mind, put one on each of you. Yeah, we'll just put all three of them on you. Okay, so we now have our tank. And now I go and check a couple of things. So I'm gonna go check the character Nablin. Also gives me a chance to check out the shops there. I'm gonna put a save point out here, so if I need to reset. It's a long ass walk otherwise. I also do have exits now that I think about it. I don't have to worry about that. That little time saver. So, item-wise, do I have anything I need to sell? Not really. Elixirs is kind of... okay. This is a pain because I would just immediately sell this. Because that's a decent amount. Problem is, well... So, I'm gonna buy... one. As just like an emergency if MP comes into play. Cure 3s can pretty much deal or heal most of the damage that I need. That's not a worry. Part of my brain's just like, what if you get the white spear? Since I'm always going across here, I'll open any chests that are nearby. The monster here will not be that much of an issue. At this point, we're only picking up things that I actually have any use for. I think both of those sell well. None of those really do. They'll sell well. They'll sell. So we'll load up on money. And is the character useful to me at all? It is not. So now I'm torn. Do I do Zot because I want to check for characters? I do. Watch, it'll be a friggin' Cecil at the moon. And all this will have been for nothing. But yeah, this is where a lot of treasures are. The Earth Crystal is what unlocks this. Now, depending on the way the flags are set in the randomizer, it can actually be really well weighted. Because this is completely random, like, it could be a lot of things. No, I don't really need it, but... just money. That might be useful. That's just basically a random summon, so it's just leaving it to chance. That's a lot of useless stuff. That is actually useful for the final boss. Yeah, not really much of anything. It actually is almost faster to use. It's not like a huge difference maker, but it's enough. Yeah, like in a regular seed where it's not completely wild, that room can actually be a godsend. People will go out of their way to that chest room, especially early too. Oh my god, because that's like, a lot of money early, and also could like really sway your run quickly. But instead it was not much of anything. Now I'm just hoping that I'm not wasting my time chasing, I don't know, a Tella and another Porum. It's a bit of a walk. Who do we got? We got the elements. I mean, at this point with Cecil, like, none of this scares me. So I'm not bothered by any fight right now. Thanks for coming out, guys. Even though I shouldn't be any danger. I should not. Test my luck with the one character that I need to stay alive. Well, actually, I think the adamant armor is going to keep. And we just move this stuff up here for easy access. All right, who we got? All right, well, that was worth the journey. That was worth the journey. So Rydia leaves. Edge goes to the back. So I'm gonna immediately move these two around so that when I switch it, he's already in the right spot. And who be in this spot? That's funny. Well, I can't take both of you. I mean, I could. But I don't have the weapons to justify it. So, you take your stuff. You take your stuff, because that armor's useful. Alright, so... best sword in the game. Where's your bandana? There's your bandana. Put the black belt on you. And we don't have an extra Zeus gauntlet, so he's not going to have his best form. But it's good enough. And he'll get a nice chunk of XP out of this. Oh, it's the gauntlet? Oh, man. That is funny. Alright, well, we'll throw this out for funsies now. Was it worth it? Now, in retrospect, maybe not. Oh, it actually did way more damage than I thought it would. I mean, Sassel's gonna get his XP for sure now. But damn, is this gonna take some time. We're just gonna hold down A. That's our job now. Not like the fight's a bother, it's just long. I'm doing the thing. Ah, shit. Thank God, I almost was in a real problem here. Having nobody with magic, that could have been rough. Hey, Alex, thank you. There we go. Now we're done. All right, so our party's pretty much decided here. There are going to be one last grind point that I can do to get people in like the mid-40s. That way I'll feel comfortable with the end boss. But yeah, I'd say... I mean, depending on how this goes... Oh, and even the pass too. That's funny. So the pass could get me to the final boss, but I'll be kind of close to the final bit on the moon anyway, so that's not really going to do much for me. Alright, so... This fight shouldn't be a bitch. There are cases where it could be a pain in the ass. At least I'm glad to know that the All Gauntlet is not going to be on the moon, because those enemies can be scary. This should be over and done with real quick. We got 2 guys with crystal swords. This thing should melt. If it's Plague, I'm going to be a little bit butt clenchy. Son of a bitch. I think we should be fine, because I think I have the damage output. But that's not fun. I mean, do I throw something because I really don't want to deal with his ass? Yeah. Yeah, I kind of do. I don't want to think about it. Shit. Whoa! Saved by the fucking bell. That's about as close as that gets. That is as close as that's gonna get. Woo! Alright, I got a crystal. So they both have Zeus. I mean, he can use it, it's just not useful to me. What do you have? Yeah, you know what? You kind of are needing something to protect yourself with here, because I sure as shit haven't found much. Yeah, that's gonna be the best you're getting now. Good lord, yeah, that plague fight could not have been closer if I tried. I'm surprised it actually got that close. I thought I was fine. I wasn't all that worried. Like, I was sitting and be like, of course, if Plague's here, this could be a slightly issue. And then I saw the damage that Cecil did in the first hit. I'm like, no, we're fine. I can easily do enough damage. Well, he died first, so that didn't help. Alright, we're 2 boss fights away and then we're done. How much? Yeah, I'm gonna do at least 1 or 2 grind hits while I'm on the moon. I mean, the ribbon room does get you a lot of XP, but I'm streaming this and I want this to be done on first try. I'm not taking anything up to chance here. We're going to the moon! We're escaping capitalism! Well, and just for the sake of comedy, our last chance at an item shop. So if there's anything useful... There is nothing useful. I mean, I'll grab a couple of these because it's going to be useful for the grind. That's about it. I'm getting by with what I got. Should be fine. Should. Will it, though? Eh. Alright, your last random meme. You got a joke? Do we got a dead man on the moon? Do we got a Tella? Aww. It's just a karate man. You're a little late to the party there, bud. I might have a few better people at this point. Now it's time for a lot of walking. At least I know where I have to go. And I'm not opening all these treasure chests because there's a lot of traps in here. And there's a lot of things that could suck. And it's already been an hour and a half. I think I've put enough time into this. I mean, I took my sweet time in this. I could have gone way faster and way more aggressive, and I just chose not to. Because I'm like, man, my birthday, I don't gotta be aggressive. I can be cash. Then the game was like, okay, well, we're not gonna give you anything, so you being casual is just not gonna be worth much. Yeah, the Ink Kid went to Final Dungeon time where there's just a lot of shit. Alright, so I never knew about this as a kid, so this way goes down to where all the main room stuff is. I didn't know as a kid that this existed, which is where the crystal sword is. The amount of things that I learned from playing the randomizer and watching people that I did not know about this game is crazy to me. And it's not even things like tips and tricks on how to beat stuff, it's literally just like things I didn't even know were in the game. Like this sword that makes Cecil a fucking god. What we got? Well, this is not my favorite situation to be in. I mean, they're mostly fine. At this point, I'm just turning Cecil on and just letting him go. Cecil's job is in the middle is just to stay alive. I'm gonna try to keep the Cecil alive. Not gonna be easy. I do want as many people to have XP as possible. The game might be going out of its way to make sure I don't. Oh. I need to stop attacking with people that it's not worthwhile doing. Never mind, we're fine. So this one, I'm gonna do one grind just because I can show you one more glitch before this is all said and done. Oh crap, the music. I have to do the music now. Damn it. I don't want to do the music because it takes a while. But I gotta do the music because it's random. I gotta. I'll just fast forward through the main scene. I don't want to waste like... Because that cutscene is long. It's a check that almost nobody wants to do because it's such a long cutscene for basically not like really ideal results. Okay, so who needs a heal? You need a heal. You need a heal. And the rest of you are fine for now. Where is that hourglass? Oh, they're over there. I need you. My lives are handy. All right, oops. Thank you. All right. So I'll be showing you, assuming I can get it to work, the life glitch. So we'll slowly start whittling this motherfucker down. Now that I can have him ready to go, we'll just sit on it and wait. As long as you don't entangle everybody. I forgot the hourglasses too, which doesn't help. Would have made this easier, and now I've kind of committed to it. It's gonna backfire on me so bad. Timing's gonna be rough, but now this will freeze them in place. I should have done that first, and I forgot. Oop! So you get them just as they're dying, and it's a revive, but it automatically kills them. So I just got another set of XP for that enemy. Because normally they're worth 60,000 each, so it should only be 120,000, right? 180 now. So that's the life glitch. Just adds a little bit of extra XP to it. This is the literal like end grind point for people because it's the most you can get in one fight that isn't like a boss. The ribbon room, depending on if we get like an actual enemy that is normal on the XP line, we'll get 200,000 from that. And that will, yeah, we're more than in a good spot now. So, I won't even... Well, I mean, I guess I'll use the one spell here and heal. Fine, I'll heal you all. They'll be fine, though. This is our last actual... Well, I was going to say this is our last boss fight, but now that I'm going to have to do the Twin Harp because I want you guys to hear random music. This is our second last boss fight before the final boss. And Leviathan. Not too painful. As long as I deal with them quick. Which basically just means, Cecil, go! Yeah, that would have been armor strong. Now we wait. There we go. Pool 200,000. And now that is objectives all done. There's our crystal for the final boss. I'm also realizing that I never did pick up Avenger swords, which I kind of want. That's not worth much anything, and that's not worth much anything. All right. I don't even know why I'm even thinking about this. Cecil, take us out of here. Now I need to go check some weapon shops. I'm trying to remember where I saw it. Don't think it was underground. I was about to go heal myself because it has one, but then I realized that I'm going to the Twin Harp fight where it does have a heal. Don't think you were here, but I'm checking every weapon shop I can. Oh, I was right. Aha! Oh, right. They're way more expensive than I remember. Okay, so what don't I need? Most of this. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. 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 Oh, it's 3. I was like, why am I not selling all these? Oh, right. Yeah, we're gonna be able to get all of these. I'm selling you just on the fact that it's there. We don't need you anymore. Don't need you anymore. We don't need you guys anymore. Those I shouldn't need, but it's fine. I won't need you anymore. And we're good. Okay, now I can get 3 of them. And we're good. Because basically they're just... They're automatic berserk casts. So essentially, if I just change their weapons with that, they'll all just attack constantly without any care of human life. The little bit of items I have left, he has a couple of things to throw. That's about it. That's all I really need. Because he's kind of just going to serve as like an emergency cure if I need it. Which, if I remember correctly, they're in here, and I'm just going to use whatever money I have left to just max out on Cure 3s. When he's at 14. We're just going to max it out in here. There we go. Yeah, I am going to want you nearby. Okay, let's go tune the band. Obviously, I'm completely in go mode and would want to go and finish that there, but there is a bit that every time you play the Twin Harp in Cave Magnus, it actually does a random song. I don't remember how many different songs there are in the pool, but there are a lot. Shout out to Xenocat, who worked on a good chunk. I don't know how many they did, or if it's even just all of them, but there's a lot of tracks. Like, we're talking hundreds. And it's from, like, there's, like, some obvious ones that you'll know, and then there's some deep cuts. So, there's a good shot I'm gonna have no idea what song it is. But it could be a cool birthday present. I don't know. Alright, I am going to fast forward through this because I don't feel like going through all the rigmarole. I say as the hotkeys not working. Crap! Well, I guess we're dealing with it now. Alright, everybody take about a 3-minute nap. Ah. There we go. That's part one of this extremely long cutscene. Now we gotta watch Edward, like, struggle so hard. Come on, buddy, you can do it. It's my birthday, can't you go faster? Alright, I'll turn it up just a little bit so we can hear the music better. No idea what that is. Who knows, maybe I do recognize it, but let's see. Xenoblade. Okay, yeah, I would have no idea. Yeah, sure enough. Xenocat, doing the honors as always. I'm gonna turn that sound down now. A little bit. And it's a free fight that I'm still gonna go through quickly. I am not waiting. I was hoping for one that I knew, but I don't always get what I want. I don't even want the key item. Now for what it is. Ah, so that was my birthday present all along. Not opening it. Fun fact about this, as he's lowering, right there, if you hold down, you don't have to actually go back into the forest. Another nice little thing. Okay, let's set ourselves up here. I'm gonna turn the battle speed down one tick, just because it leaves a little bit more opening for the mechanics that we have to deal with. But otherwise, not much else to do here. My item's already set. So we go back to here, like I said at the very beginning. We got the pass. So normally you gotta go through like all the dungeon of the lunar subterrane, but instead, come into here. We are transported. And we are now on the moon. We are now in Zeramis' spot. In a save state here, even though this should be all good. But now it's an important question. Those in the free enterprise community will know what's coming here. For those that are completely unaware, sprite is random. We can't like put a different boss in the spot. So what we do instead is we change the sprite. And it always means we have to ask a very specific question. And it's been a while since I've had to commentate it. Let's see if I still got it. Whose butt are we gonna kick tonight? But first, I have to get to that point where we can find out who we're facing. So, I'm gonna set myself up intentionally. I want to be able to get them all set so that I can put Avenger Swords on them immediately as soon as that's done. Which means that I'm gonna have to wait a little bit here, but it's fine. There we go. Okay, so turn the crystal on. I know, I'm sorry, Zeramis, I'm getting there. And then we'll be ready to go in just a moment. But first, like I said, whose butt? Is it cute? I don't know. Guess we'll find out. Oh, God. It is not cute at all. All right, Avenger 1. You're online. Avenger 2. Online. Avenger 3. Online. Funny thing with Kane, by the way, he doesn't go berserk if there's still a shield on. That's also why I took the shield out. And then the next thing we do is we turn the Silk Web on, because what Silk Web also does is that it actually limits how much damage the Big Bang does. Now, the first time in this phase, it does it no matter when you do it. The problem afterwards is when it gets to any phases beyond that, because then that shake that he does, you have a very small frame after the shake to cast a spell that makes him nuke one of your guys, but that reduces the damage. Like, the Big Bang normal will do somewhere in like the mid to high 10s. This should do below 10 for most. Yeah, there we go. It did it only for one guy. Everybody else was sub 1,000, so. Now we just in. How much damage can we do quickly? I also should have been doing a throw there with Edge, but I forgot. It's fine. It's not like the damage output is bad. This is very good damage output. I am way over prepared for this fight, so I'm not concerned at all. But it's still funny. Alright, first throw. Yeah, I'm also waiting for that shake. There is also a point, too, where you can pause the phase to reset. Oh, nope, there we go. So now, take a quick second, let it sit. Okay, that should be enough. I mean, we'll find out real quick when we see the damage rolls, but that's also why I have everybody above 2,000, so it kind of guarantees that I'm safe. Although Cecil might not be safe if I don't get that Cure 3 in. And we're fine. Depending on when I timed it, it might have actually still been bad, so. I mean, I also may have reset it, because once you get a certain amount of HP, it like sets into like another phase where it just completely resets everything. And nope, that is not what happened. So I'm gonna throw. Because Rose is gonna come in with the heals. Did I get the timing though? I did not. Oh, and we're done. Normally when he's got about like 10,000 left, he'll start casting Meteor. We didn't even get to that point. GG! It's done. Obviously a lot longer of a seed than I was intending it. But the amount of things that I didn't intend to happen on the stream that have happened on the stream are kind of funny, so. That's very amusing to me. Because, like, if I had not been as, like, conservative as I was, like, you could easily do a seed like this in, like, just over an hour. Maybe even faster. But like I said, I took my time. I opened a lot more treasure chests than I normally would have if this was a race. But yeah. We did the thing. I should have kept the cake for after. What was I thinking? Damn it, brain. But I mean, also eating at 10:30 at night is probably not the best. Eh. But yeah, that's the randomizer. I fucking love this. Like, I've played so many seasons of this, and like I've even said, this is my exercise game. I literally play this while I'm riding my my exercise bike. I play a much like less stressful seed that doesn't require any thought process. It's more just there because it's weird, right? Like I can't just sit on an exercise bike. Even if I got a podcast on, I'll eventually get bored from sitting around just biking. Like I need something to keep my brain busy. So I put a very like low effort seed on and I can just mess around with it and it's fine. Yeah, I almost opened like half the treasure chests. That's usually in a race, you rarely see more than the 100. But I mean, just over half of bosses, that actually is pretty decent for runs like that. But yeah, no, it's... I also think it's a randomizer that if you've never played a randomizer ever before, this is the easiest one to go with. By the way, another thing that you're seeing now in the credits, it actually tells you where everything is. So if like you didn't get everywhere and you're like, well, damn, where was the spoon? Eventually you'll find out where. But yeah, like if you've ever thought about like how a randomizer would work, and if that'd be the kind of thing you're into, this is a really good game to start with that because the mechanics of Free Enterprise are so simplistic, but it's one of those games that it's like it's really easy to understand and then difficult to really become like a master at. Whereas like I love Final Fantasy VI's randomizer, but there's a lot more into it that you really have to spend time thinking about. Where this is just straight up, you know, if you get this thing, it goes here. If you get this thing, it goes there. There's a lot more with others that things open up differently. Whereas this one's just, as long as you know what each key item in the vanilla game is supposed to go towards, you have a pretty good sense of where everything is. The only couple of things you got to learn are things like where the trap chests are. If you don't know about things like, say, some of the spots on the moon where these altars are, like, there's stuff like that. But realistically speaking, to just go and play like a basic seed, it's pretty easy to learn. So yeah, the website for that, by the way, is FF4FE, so that's Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise, but all as an acronym. I think it's .com? Let me double check. Yeah, FF4FE.com. So, and they have guides and stuff there too, it's really helpful. And yeah, they also even have presets for different seeds too, so if there's ever something you want to try, whether it's something really easy or something really crazy, like you can do that as well. But yeah, I don't feel the need to see the entire set of credits here. I think we've got the point here. So I am going to take this off the air, and just for old time's sake, I'm going to mute myself for a moment. Yeah, there. But just one more time so that I'm on mute and nobody can hear what I say. I didn't say anything bad. I just said, hey, now I'm talking and no one can hear me. But yeah, I guess I'm going to have to edit like 15 minutes out of this video as soon as it goes up, so that way people don't turn the video on and go, why is there no audio? Because Windows is an asshole and changed the output again on me and I didn't catch it. But yeah, thank you so much, guys, for hanging out with me on my birthday. If you're checking out the VOD, then either way, then thanks for checking that out as well. Saturday morning, 9:30 a.m. sharp Eastern, I will be playing Legend of the Mystical... No, not Legend of the Mystical Ninja. That's a Super Nintendo game, technically. Mystical Ninja starring Goemon, the N64 game. So I look forward to hanging out with y'all then in the morning. But other than that, guys, the credits are basically finishing rolling anyway. So thank you so much. Have a good rest of your night. Take care. Bye-bye. For now. God damn it, the spoon was where I would have wanted to not go.